If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say so? Oh my gosh, hi. Hey everybody, I promise I'm not in here cooking so I can have a meal right now. I am not hungry at all. I'm actually preparing for our next experiment. So today's experiment is called Can Crusher, and we are going to learn how to crush a can without having to use your hands. We are going to explore vapor and pressure during this experiment. So let's get started. The supplies you'll need for this experiment are the following: a kitchen tongs so you can pick up hot items without burning your hand, some type of can. I've been using soda cans and they've been working perfectly for this experiment, so I would recommend you getting a soda can as well. A big enough bowl to put your can inside of and submerge it with cold water that I have in this bowl right now, as well as ice to keep the temperature as cold as possible. Last but not least, you're gonna need a stove, a pot, and you need to boil hot water. So kids, I would recommend that you find your parent and guardian so that way your health and your safety could be the #1 top priority during this experiment. Without further ado, let's get started with the experiment. The first step, you're going to want to take your can and place it inside of a pot of water on your stovetop. And you want to boil it, but you want to also have some of the water inside the can, so that way it changes the pressure within the can as well because of the heating of the water and the heating of the can. So I already have this on stovetop, and I'll fast forward through this part so you don't have to wait and watch as the water is boiling. So now that the can has been heated properly to be extremely hot, I'm gonna take it in an upside down fashion and dip it really quickly into this cold water. And as you can see, the result is a crushed can. We no longer have a can that's in the perfect shape that it was in at the beginning of this experiment. So let's explain what just happened here. Well, as you heated up your can in the pot on the stovetop, that water that was inside your can became vapor, or something that's suspended into the air. In this particular situation, the water was the vapor that was inside the can, and while this occurred, the pressure inside the can increased. Remember, pressure is the force or whatever is exerted onto something. So as the pressure in the can increased, pressure from the outside of the can wanted to create an equal balance with the pressure on the inside of the can. That cannot be accomplished until something else occurs, such as inverting it into cold water, and that cold water allowed the outside air and pressure, as well as what was coming from the cold water, to decrease the pressure that was inside the can to bring it to a balance with what was on the outside of the can. And unfortunately, the air from the outside of the can crushed the can. So now you know how to crush a can without using your hand. And you did that during this experiment while learning about vapor and pressure. So have fun doing this at home, and tune in again for another episode of Kitchen Science with me, your host, Dr. Tay. I had so much fun with you today, and I hope we could do this again.